to episode 89 of This Week at Shrouded. I'm your host, A. Greener. This is Mr. Wreck, Dunk, and Sus Bebo.
Free Bebo!
All right, so say hello.
Hello.
This is like not work now. Oh, he did say hi. He's just being really quiet about it. All right. We've got a mediocre show for you today.
We have a show for you tonight.
We have something.
Because we talked about it in the post show or the pre-show that there's almost nothing in Destiny to talk about other than their generic dawning fuck-ups. And
their lowest numbers ever.
Yes, and their lowest reported numbers ever, even though we don't get content numbers, but Steam anyway.
Sources?
We are also going to talk about some of the stuff we'd normally talk about in the pre-show that doesn't make it onto the podcast and only makes it onto our live stream and or Patreon. So, we're going to start off with that. Usually we talk about games we were playing this week that weren't Destiny. So I know you've just joined a Destiny podcast. But we're not going to talk about Destiny.
Why don't we just talk about Destiny, its current state? That'll take about 2.5 minutes, and then we're done. We've done our commitment. We can go on to other more important things.
No. We're doing it the opposite direction.
Fantastic.
Because I said so. First, we need to announce the winners of our weekly silver and weekly merchandise giveaway.
Save that for the end.
No, they're supposed to be at the beginning. Because if you know anything about recordings or videos or podcasts, when you're bad at it, people only watch the first 5 minutes. So,
but why don't you just strip feed them? Announce one of the winners now, and one about halfway through, and then one at the end.
Because I want to get
and do it randomly
to win stuff.
He won't remember. He won't remember to call out the extra names later anyway.
That's true. All right. Anyway, our weekly silver winner this week is TheSaintdn. Congratulations, you win.
Woo!
$1 billion. No, I'm kidding. 2,300 silver. And our SGC T-shirt merch giveaway this week goes to Devilito 666.
Damn it!
What a shame.
Fuck.
Congrats.
You literally stole the shirt right off my back, Devilito.
You did.
I think it was off my back.
I mean, I'm too fat to wear it anyway, so it wasn't actually on me. It was stolen out of my closet or off my wife's back. So.
Wait, are you shirtless right now, Rick? Is that what you're saying?
No, he's got a sweater, a shirt, and a tie on. Can't you see them?
But you can't see my pants because I'm not wearing any.
Me either.
That makes 2 of us. 3 of us.
I mean, actually, if you want to get technical,
Dunk is a dog, so he doesn't even need.
If you want to get technical?
Yep.
I don't have anything past my nipples.
Rick,
right? I don't exist.
Okay?
Don't exist.
Rick, you should go see a doctor about that. I don't think that's normal.
It's fine. It's a congenital birth
really
defect. It's fine.
Yeah. It's terminal. Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy. You don't even have a belly button.
Listen. I didn't have the money to have elbows and legs. So,
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. I have elbows because I have Canadian Medicare.
I mean,
the
medical industry doesn't service.
Big healthcare is something we should really talk about right now in this current political landscape.
It wouldn't matter if I was broadcasting from a single payer healthcare nation or not.
It was a joke.
Correct. Why would you bring up United Healthcare? Like, Jesus, come on.
Devo, why are you trying to shoehorn somebody getting murdered into this show? That's not.
This is what you guys are talking about in the start of the show.
Not what we're talking about.
I never said anything about United and or
you're the
Mario.
One that brought up Canadian healthcare.
Whatever his name is.
See, we could have been talking about Destiny stuff right now.
This isn't my fault. This is Bebo's fault. He's reading
It's
too much
crazy.
into it. I was
I was
making
the one that said we shouldn't talk about
a
this.
Canadian versus American healthcare joke. Nothing to do with United, whatever the fuck it's called. No one cares. I do think it's crazy how I just want to point
Here we go.
how
Here we go.
No. Listen, how media, like how much media is covering this over just there's like less media of that school shooting that just happened than this one fucking dude getting murdered. It's pretty crazy.
Is this a gaming
There goes
podcast or
all
is this a
the
Twitter podcast?
buzzwords.
Can I not just
Get
say that? Am I wrong?
No, and you can say that on Twitter where it belongs.
Oh my god!
Or in the Shrouded Gaming Politics podcast as yet to be started. All right, can you imagine?
Blame the Puerto Rican from Trash Island. Wow, Spider. Wow, that's a bit much.
So Greener, what were you playing this week that wasn't Destiny?
I played 4 games this week that weren't Destiny. And Leo's right. I was talking about Mario, the video game. You fucking weirdos. All right. Anyway, I played Helldivers because I wanted to try the new race that came out. Of course, that like triggers Bebo's like, I don't know, peanut brain. If you didn't know,
fight the new aliens, yeah,
the new aliens, and they're pretty cool. It's fun. I really like Helldivers. I wish I could play it more. It's a ton of fun.
It's only fun with friends. I don't like
that's not
solo.
true. I had a great time playing solo the other day. I was just joining.
Enjoy it solo at all.
I was just joining random groups. People knew what they were doing. We had a great time killing some aliens, spreading democracy. And the new aliens are pretty cool. They literally they fly over in these big ships and literally teleport their troops onto the ground right in front of you, like a whole group of them.
Doing illuminate things.
Yeah, are those illuminate things?
Yep, it is.
I don't really know much about illuminate. Spreading managed democracy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just having a lot of fun. I wish I did a lot more of those battle pass things, war bonds or whatever, because I've got no weapons or anything unlocked. I'm only level 20. I don't even have mechs unlocked, but I'm running around having a good time, killing people. Yeah, so that's fun. I don't know if it's any more fun than it was before, but it had a big boost in numbers when the new content came out, and it's pretty fun and enjoyable. You guys playing any recent any Helldivers recently?
I've been thinking about it lately. Yeah. It sounds like it's fun. I mean, especially with the release that we heard about just last week during the award show. It sounds fun. I'd love to play it, but I don't have people to play it with because I want to play it with people. So
that's too bad.
Understandable.
You need more friends.
I know, right? Also,
I'm really annoyed it's not cross progression. I'd love to sit on my couch and play Helldivers.
Your Switch?
No, my PlayStation.
Oh, right.
But yeah, it's not. Unless they added that. I guess I never looked it up since originally. But I bought a copy on Steam and PlayStation when it first launched because I was like, this would be great for cross progression. I can play it sometimes on my computer when I'm playing with the homies, and other times I can play it on my couch when I'm just chilling, shooting the shit out of people. And then I logged it after I was level 4 on my computer. I logged it on my PlayStation and it was like, start over. And I'm like, nope. And I called PlayStation. I was like, give me my money back. And they're like, at first they said, nah. And I was like, look at my playtime. Give me my money back. And they're like, yeah, okay, you're right. Because there was less than 5 minutes on the game. Because I was really annoyed there was no cross progression. It's 2024. Put cross progression in your games. That way people will buy them on more than one platform. Hello? That's like free money. Cross progression. That's why I have Destiny on every platform. I have it on PlayStation. I have it on computer. I have it on my Xbox because I used to play it on my Xbox a bunch because all the expansions were free on Game Pass. When they stopped doing the yeah, okay, it's worse, but whatever. I don't care. When I'm sitting on my couch, I want to play video games. Like, I don't go downstairs to my computer. I just bought my video, or I turn my thing on. Anyway, I've bought almost every expansion on PlayStation as well as Steam because I play my PlayStation a lot more. And it's really annoying when you're playing the game and you can't use stasis because you don't have Beyond Light. So,
yeah, fuck.
Or you can't use prismatic because you don't have the final shape. But so I've bought them anyway. Point is, cross progression.
That good.
Cross progression. Is like printing free money. Like,
yes, agreed.
I don't understand why people like. I don't know why you wouldn't do it. There seems to be no reason to me that you wouldn't do it ever.
Well, isn't it just an only like PlayStation thing? Weren't they the ones that were gonna force everyone to be on the PSN thing? Like, I make a PSN account.
Well, for Helldivers, yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's probably where they were going with that now.
No.
Well, that wouldn't matter if you were forced to have Steam or have a PSN account by playing on Steam, which is what caused that big controversy or whatever.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be how they could link them both?
You could have linked them that way. Yeah, absolutely. But even I have PSN. Obviously, I have a PlayStation. I've linked my Steam account to a PSN. So they should still be able to cross progression them. They just don't. They don't. And it's not the only game. The Division 2 did it. It's the reason
Marvel Rivals does it and really irritates me because they give away they're giving away there are cosmetic codes that are available, but they're platform restricted. And so if you can't have your account on multiple platforms to collect them all, because they have no.
That's even dumber.
Yeah,
that's not dumber. That's smart as shit.
I mean, it's a free to play game, so maybe that.
Yeah, that way they have to buy the game 3 times. Get it?
But
no. But
I was annoyed.
The only way that'll benefit them. Go ahead.
I still went ahead and started an account on my PlayStation and got the thing with the hopes that they will eventually enable cross progression and let you merge them like Warframe did. Warframe used to be the same way. There's no cross progression. There was cross play, but no cross progression. And then eventually they set up cross progression and let you merge your accounts.
Brilliant. See,
wasn't Destiny just like that as well?
No, Destiny has cross progression because you log into your account no matter what platform it is.
What Destiny has is that certain content, not weapons or things, but certain content is locked out for you to play, and some subclasses go with that only, or they used to, depending on the platform you happen to, right? If you don't have the full thing on both the platforms you're trying to play on.
Yeah,
so
that would be everything the same, but you can't use the subclass, essentially. You would be locked out.
Yeah, and there's certain strikes, and if there's a Beyond Light Nightfall, for example, and you don't have Beyond Light on your PlayStation, you can't play Beyond Light, or you can't play the Nightfall that week. There is stuff like that, and I understand that completely. It's like, okay, this content costs money. Steam gets their cut, PlayStation gets their cut, Xbox gets their cut, depending on what platform you buy it on. So it makes sense for them not like Sony or Xbox or whoever's doing it says, no, you can't just let them use that content.
You haven't purchased it like on our platform. You haven't purchased it on
our platform. That's totally fine. I get that. It would be nice, but I get it. Okay. But when you have a game like Marvel Rivals is a perfect example, that's never going to happen because the game is free to play. Yeah. So it should be cross progression no matter what. Now I remember the Division 2. I wanted to. I was going to play a bunch more of it because it was free on my PlayStation at one point. I was like, oh, cool. Downloaded it. Found it wasn't cross progression. Deleted it. Never played it again. I don't understand. It seems like such a simple concept, especially for these online games, that your account is cross progression based on. It doesn't matter what platform you're on. Like, it seems so stupid that it's not. At least to me. I don't know. Anyway, we went off on a cross progression tangent there.
Yeah.
I just wish Helldivers was cross progression.
What else have you been playing besides Helldivers? What are these other 3 games?
All right, I can't remember one of them.
It must be really good.
No, I'll remember in a minute.
Honestly, after that review, I'm going to download it.
Got it.
What?
What?
You're going to download what?
What?
Okay, never mind. There's been holiday sales, and this may sound weird to you, but I'm actually a fan of the EA UFC games. So UFC 5 is like $25 right now, so I bought it, and I've been having a lot of fun with it.
Okay.
Beating people.
Whenever I buy a UFC game
to a pulp,
the first thing I do is create a female character so I can beat the shit out of some other females.
Interesting.
Come on.
Interesting.
No.
Sigmund Freud would like to have a conversation with.
I thought Sigmund Freud's whole thing was people like to fuck their moms.
Oh my.
Yes.
Not beat women.
I think they go hand in hand.
Oh no, that's not true.
What do you mean? Wait, that's not true. All right. The next statement is either something about fucking your mom or something about beating your mom and not wanting to do the other one. So that's the only logical place this conversation can go. All right, go ahead.
I think Greener's right.
Well, no, I said definitely I was being.
You're in love with your mom.
The point is, I do that in UFC. Like, maybe not because I have some sort of fantasy to
make
beat
love
women,
to your mom.
But no, stop being weird. But I have no sexual feelings towards any relatives. So
good. All right, that's good.
So my point is, they don't go hand in hand. But I also don't beat women in real life, so maybe that's an important aspect of it.
Or you get the satisfaction from video games.
You just like to watch women fight. Got it.
I don't like it in real life. I hate UFC. I don't watch UFC. I hate women's UFC. I hate women's boxing. I hate men's UFC. I think it's way too brutal. I
actually have a video of women fighting oiled up on a beach at night.
Oh my god. Shut up. All right. At night? What's the point?
It was
All right. Let's move away from this topic. What's any other games you were playing, Greener?
Yeah, there is. Anyway, no, I didn't finish talking about UFC. All right, we can make it normal now. But I played UFC 4, like, I don't know, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whenever it came out, and it was a lot of fun. But this one, the whenever you knock somebody out, it does the replay, and the sounds and the looks and like the blood splattering from their mouth as you like uppercut them or roundhouse kick them with your heel are so satisfying in this game. They did such a good job. Oh man, I love it. I love it every time. That's what I'm looking forward to. Like when you land that last uppercut and you see them go down and like the soul leaves their body, and then you know you're about to watch the replay in slow motion as their fucking life just gets drained out of their eyes. It's so good. I love it. It feels good. Have you never played a boxing game and you connect a punch and it's just like you're just like, oh my god, that felt so good? No. All right. Anyway, obviously you guys don't like those types of style games, but I do. Anyway, I'm about a quarter way through my career. I haven't been beat once, and I've knocked out.
You have my career in UFC, like you what? Get like V coins and stuff, and play my career with a UFC like in the UFC video game.
What's V cards?
It's like the NBA 2K stuff that you do a My Career and like.
Well, there is a My Career. I don't know anything, but it's just literally like somebody offers you a fight. You shit talk each other on social media. You train, and then you kick the shit out of them, and then you go to the next
hilarious.
one. And you go to the next one, and your objective is to become the GOAT. That's literally the point of the career mode, is to eventually become the greatest of all time.
How many fights does that take you?
I don't know the exact amount. It's probably like, if you win every fight, it's probably like 25. There's objectives until you hit the greatest of all time.
Oh, within the fight? Oh,
no,
like
no, not within the fight, within your
thing.
career. Yeah. But it's like certain ones is like, there's one that's like win 22 fights in a row, 17 of them have to be knockouts. Shit like that. And then eventually you either become the greatest of all time or you lose your chance because you've aged out. Because every fight you're there's a stat you have called longevity, depending on how bad you get your ass beat.
I know all about that one. Yeah. Oh
no, you don't. Depending on how hard you get beat up in each match, the longevity drops a certain amount. Eventually your longevity gets to 0 and you just like die in the ring. I don't know if that's true, but it'd be pretty funny. I would actually be fine with that. If I just got like uppercut by this bitch and it's like you die right there in the ring. Because you have no idea. You have no idea how many times I've hit somebody and I was like, she did. So it would be really funny if you got hit or you hit somebody and they legitimately died in the ring. That'd be great.
Then you get charged for murder, go to jail.
And you go to jail. Yeah, my career over. That'd be great.
Do you ever get baited into like juicing?
That's not part of the career mode.
It should be.
Yeah, it could be. You should. There should be a choice to take drugs.
Shady character approaches you. Hey kid, you want some candy?
You want some candy? You want a popsicle?
Fuck, he's good at that. That's weird.
A little too good.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
Yikes.
All right, so that was UFC. I also finally bought Gran Turismo 7. I said to myself, I'm never going to buy this game because I'm going to wait for it to come out on PlayStation. Like,
for it to come out on streaming.
The what?
What?
Why do you do that? I didn't hear you. Repeat what you fucking said.
It's not worth repeating. That's why I do that.
Then stop saying it.
I'm trying.
Okay. All right. I always said I was going to play it free on like the PlayStation Plus system because it is a first party exclusive. All those games always eventually become free. But I've wanted to play it for like 2 years. The game's been out for a while and it's never come to the PlayStation Plus, which I think is crazy because all their other games have come. Like, well, I guess Spider-Man 2 still hasn't been on there, but I don't know. Anyway. On sale again, $25. I'm like, okay, I'm going to spend $50. I'm going to get these 2 games. I'm going to get like 30 hours of enjoyment out of UFC 5. And then depending on how good GTA 7 is, you could play that game for a long time because there's a ton of shit you can do in it. Anyway, it looks great. Looks amazing. You turn on all the settings. Boom, boom, bang. Holy shit. I mean, that's like the whole point of it, right? It's this arcade looking amazing nonsense. Yeah, I don't know. I've only done a few races so far, so I mean, I haven't really gotten into the nuts and bolts of like tuning my engines and all those little bonuses. And as you move on through the world circuit, get better and better and better, and buy more and more cars and get your collection up and soup them up and all that fun stuff that's associated with the arcade, or not the arcade, but the simulation racing that Gran Turismo is known for. I'll have more to talk about in the future, but I guess I was just pointing out that I did get it, and it looks good. It looks great. Feels good when driving, even though my first few cars are these little shitty shit boxes. I have a Toyota right now, a little Toyota, and I think my other car is a Honda. I'm not sure. Might be a Mazda. Anyway, we're gonna work our way up to some amazing stuff. These are all old games, so I didn't play anything new. I did say 4 games though, didn't I? What was the other game that I was thinking of?
You still don't remember?
I definitely don't remember.
Flappy Bird.
No, I didn't play Flappy Bird. I gotta try to go through my brain palace.
Concord.
I didn't watch Concord,
the day
but
before.
Listen, I watched all of Secret Level. And a lot of that shit is really good. And the Concord one, ironically, was very enjoyable to watch. It's too bad I didn't know more about the universe because all of the has anybody watched Secret Level yet?
I don't know what to make of this opinion coming from someone who said Last Jedi was his favorite Star Wars.
I never said that. Empire Strikes Back.
Well, you said it was good.
Favorite.
Okay,
it is
there
good.
we go. There we
go.
That's
it's a well-made movie, and it's better than The Rise of Skywalker. Anyway, watch it again sometime. Ignore the Leia scene and watch it again sometime. That the hyperlight scene, or whatever you want to call it, one of the best shot scenes in all of Star Wars. Incredible. The throne room fight, incredible.
The story was shit.
The story was the story. It was the Empire Strikes Back version of the new trilogy. But a lot of people complaining just where they went with the story, which is totally understandable. Everybody has their own opinion on that. But if you look at the movie and the cinematography and the sound design and how it was made, there's a lot of really good stuff in The Last Jedi. I don't care what anyone says. Yes, Canto Bite was terrible. Okay, cut that out. Absolutely.
At least we can agree on that.
And Mary Poppins scene looked goofy. They could have done that better in a different way. I don't know how, but or just not blown her out the airlock. That would have been fine too. Considering your eyes would probably implode if you made it out into space. Anyway. But the movie's good. Anyway. All right. We can fight about it all you want. Let me guess. You're mad that Luke projected himself across the galaxy to distract Kylo Ren.
I'm not engaging in this conversation. We have already had it. I've already said my piece, and it's not.
It's actually a really good scene if you think about how like projecting yourself across the galaxy.
That's not even the take that makes me the most mad.
To distract the enemy while not engaging in an actual fight to give the resistance enough time to get away is like the most Jedi way that you could have handled that situation. And it was delightful.
Yeah. Canonically speaking, it made sense. I mean, Luke is known for his astral projections, but just the rest of the movie in general, especially during the Canto Bite stuff, is just so terrible.
Yeah, the Canto Bite stuff is pretty. Yeah. Oh my! Why don't you want to talk about? Sorry, hold on. We talked about the fact that we would talk about other stuff because we didn't have enough Destiny to talk about. Why is this such a surprise?
We were gonna begin by talking about how it's had the lowest numbers like ever.
We weren't gonna begin
and you just completely like just went off the rails. Like
we need a show outline. No, we don't.
Agree. I agree 1,000%. Someone needs to put this man on a leash.
Oh my god! I need a new cast of characters here. I disagree with that take, Phonic. It had no bearing on the outcome of the trilogy.
And now we're reading chat.
Oh my god!
Every week, correct? Come on.
Yes, we just don't focus on it. Once in a while, we pick little tidbits out of the chat.
The only thing I will say is that your worst take is that the throne room is the best designed Jedi battle ever.
I never said that. I said it was an incredible scene. That's it. Those were the only words. You added all that other shit in because your brain is, I don't know.
We haven't even gotten to the 4th game he played.
I can't remember it.
He doesn't know what it is.
That's why we started talking about other stuff.
Going to something else somebody else has played. Nah, let's argue about Star Wars for the 4,000th time.
I don't think we've argued about it.
I wasn't going to engage, and I don't think I've engaged.
Anyway, all right. Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars movie, followed closely by... I actually have 2 tied for second. This may piss you off, but it's either A New Hope or Rogue One.
I can live with those.
We talked about this.
We did, Bebo, because I've definitely told you remind me of the pilot dude that gets blowed the fuck up in Rogue One.
Yep. I want to get blown the fuck up right now, I'll tell you that.
I wish some entity in the Star Wars universe would create a galaxy-destroying Death Star and just blow up the entire thing so we can stop having this fucking conversation.
All right, I guess we can't talk about Star Wars on this podcast, chat. Everyone gets mad.
You can talk about whatever you want.
It's just... We could talk about it. It's just the same conversation. We're going to argue the same thing we've already argued about. And it's not going to change. You're not going to change your opinion. I'm not going to change my opinion. Even though yours is wrong. Objectively.
I want to yell at chat right now.
Me too.
I just
read somebody say one of the most idiotic fucking Star Wars weird fanboy bullshit statements I've seen in a long time.
How does pushing a button on a hill require the Force?
No, Greener.
It's inaccurate. It's canonically inaccurate. You don't need the Force.
There's a label right on the bottom of every lightsaber that says "must be Jedi to push button."
Yeah. No. Here's the thing, right? This is canonically inaccurate because in the Star Wars Clone Wars series, you have the Darksaber, which is used by a Mandalorian who does not have access to the Force. Therefore, that is not a canonically accurate statement.
Matter because in Rise of Skywalker, Finn is shown to be Force sensitive. So
that was dumb.
Well, technically speaking,
Finn should have been the Jedi of the
everyone
movies.
is Force sensitive.
No,
it's just that more people have better access and control over the Force than others. Canonically speaking.
Anyway, I think if that's a physical rule in the Star Wars universe, it's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I am so sad I don't have my other expressions enabled right now.
But Force sensitive people are referred to the ones that can actually tap into it. A Force controls and binds everything.
What are you talking? Like, yeah, but we're talking about the fact that to do this.
No, Phonic is saying that he's not a Jedi or anything. Like, it doesn't matter because he is Force. Like, he's shown to have.
Even if he didn't, it's my point. Even if he didn't have it, like, why is that? Why would that be in the story? That's the dumbest shit ever. All it is a laser sword. Anybody can turn it on and swing it around like a fucking idiot.
Just like my dick.
You must be a Jedi who wield Bebo's dick.
I'm Force sensitive.
All right. We have to stop talking about the fucking Star Wars, apparently. All right, let's get out of here. Okay. Somebody said Erd Tree. Stop it! I'm trying to think of anybody in the. Okay, we can't keep talking about it. Stop talking about it. Nobody cares about lore. Lore sucks. It just causes arguments. Okay. 4th game. What did I play? Somebody said Erd Tree, but I finished that before last week. Pretty sure. So I talked about that on last week's podcast. Man, I just want to talk about Star Wars. I can't help it. I won't, though. I won't.
Greener, you know that the Star Wars community is amongst the most toxic group of shitbags that exists on the internet.
No, Destiny fans.
No. No. There's way more of the Star Wars fucking. Listen, I like Star Wars as much as the next guy, but the fandom is terrible, by and large. The vocal fandom is fucking terrible, and they should have their right to use the internet stripped from them. They should be forced to say the things they say online only to other people's faces, and then they wouldn't say shit because they're a bunch of scared pussies.
Oh, can I like offend all of that group of people?
Oh my God, I'm scared.
By saying that I thought the Acolyte was pretty good.
It was all right.
This is why I didn't want to talk about this, because this is where it would have. Oh my God.
You know, the last time I got to talking to somebody about the Acolyte, they quit the community.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Anyway, the lightsaber fight in episode 5, top notch.
That was spicy.
That was good. That was good. And the duel between the villain and the main Jedi dude in the last episode, like 30 seconds of that was pretty good too. Like that shit when he did the force push. Oh my God, gave me a boner.
Yeah, it was really well done in those scenes only. Like beyond that, it was a pretty bad show.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a few issues. Someone hit me with a lightsaber. We can't. None of us are Jedi, wrecked.
None of us are force sensitive.
I'll have to shoot you with a blaster because that's all I'm good for. Because I can't swing a laser around in a circle.
You're Canadian. You don't have guns.
We have like single shot rifles and handguns. We have weapons. We just don't use them.
Okay.
The fact that the lightsaber battle between Anakin and Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith hasn't even been mentioned, which is by far above and beyond the best one.
A Duel of Fates is the best. Fuck Revenge of the Sith. Too much lava looks terrible. If they remade that now and made it look better, I might get on board with that. But Duel of Fates right now, as for me, stands as the best lightsaber fight of all time. Sorry.
Hollywood likes to put too much visual CGI clutter in everything.
There was just too much in that. There was too much in that, and it wasn't 2003 or whatever it was. It wasn't ready for that much CGI. I don't care what
fight choreography wasn't even sped up.
All they did was
like, that's how good they were.
Move really fast. Like that doesn't make it good. It makes it look good for children.
Wow, calling Bevo a child.
No. I was saying I thought it was really good back in the day, but I was only like 16 when I watched it.
Yeah.
Watching it now, I realize like, well, I guess I haven't watched it in a while, but I watched it on Blu-ray like 6 years ago. I watched the whole thing, all of it, before the new trilogy came out because I got the Blu-ray box set. And oh man, remember when everybody was mad at episode 1, 2, and 3 for being terrible? And I was sitting around as like a 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old saying, I was like, no, these movies are great. That kid was a fucking idiot. Those movies are fucking terrible. And the best one is The Phantom Menace, which is like the hardest fucking thing to say in my life. Like,
no, honestly, I enjoy.
That's the hardest thing to say.
Still, like,
yeah,
Attack of the Clones, I think, was well done.
Overall,
I mean, was it
the last time you watched Attack of the Clones?
This year.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, that movie is the worst Star Wars movie ever made.
Yeah, honestly, I understand that sentiment, but also it just comes from if you saw the original trilogy first, you're gonna enjoy that more than you ever will enjoy episodes 2 and 3. I saw the original trilogy first, and don't get me wrong, like episode 5 or Empire Strikes Back, still my favorite movie. Still a great movie, really well done. But Attack of the Clones, for me, was a great movie. Not just because of the choreography, but also because of the music that came out from it. You know, it was really just kind of like a hyped up, like we're building up into this huge galactic war. And I really loved that sort of build up to it. It wasn't great, granted. Like, again, there are far better movies, far better Star Wars movies, but it was still really well done for its time.
Yeah, I think for me that movie really really showed the first of all, don't get me wrong, I love Hayden Christensen like coming back to do Star Wars stuff, and everything I've seen him in has been really good. But he was terrible in Attack of the Clones.
I agree with that.
And it really, 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 really showed in that movie. Like, he got better for Revenge of the
second that, Rick. Absolutely.
This is more words from Dunk than all episodes combined. He doesn't like Destiny. That's why.
This is more than what he's talking to Sevens VC.
Hey, we don't talk about that, people. Let's be honest.
All right. Anyway,
backing off.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like Attack of the Clones. But
on people leaving again.
Yeah,
we can have those difference of opinions.
Kidding joke.
Oh yeah, like I respect it. Like, again, Attack of the Clones, not the greatest movie of all time. I understand that and respect that, but it also isn't the worst movie of all time.
I mean, it's arguably
I will agree with you, Dunk.
I'm just kidding. It's not that. I've seen some really bad movies.
It's bottom middle pack.
I would say it's right at my personally for Star Wars
for the worst.
Okay, the only thing that ties it or comes close to it is the Han Solo movie.
That's fair.
We're not even going to get into those, so it doesn't even count.
And if you're trying to put The Last Jedi anywhere near Attack of the Clones, you're a fucking idiot.
No, it's at the bottom of the list for me.
So. Last Jedi is by far the worst Star Wars movie ever made.
Oh, yep. My
God. I second that statement.
At least it was it actually looks like a movie.
Yeah.
It was directed really well. The cinematography is great. Like, I don't know, you guys.
Director is the precise reason of why it's so horrible.
Yeah.
No, Ryan Johnson is an incredible director. You guys.
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, God, yeah.
Not for Star Wars.
He literally said that if he's completely divided the fan base of something, right? Of like, if half of the people like the movie and half of the people hate it, he says that he made a successful movie in his eyes.
Well, yeah, that totally makes sense because
that doesn't make any fucking sense. What are you talking about?
You're never going to please everybody. You're only going to please either half the people or the other half of the people. That's just the way it works.
Yeah, but if you're actively trying to piss off half of your audience, like, what the fuck? Like, what? Why?
What pissed you off about that movie?
The fact that nothing fucking happens in it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing. Also,
that's literally it. There's no plot to it. There's nothing. There's no story.
So does that make the cinematography bad? Because you just said the cinematography sucks and the director sucks, but your problem is with the screenplay.
I said the director is what ruined the movie.
Okay, well, the director doesn't. In this case, the director did write the movie. However, you're blaming the writer. By the sounds of it, let's just pretend they were different. But you're blaming the writer.
Ryan Johnson, like, J.J. Abrams was going to present Luke in a certain way, right?
Yeah,
and then he was going to have a bigger part of this. He was going to take a bigger part of the story in Force Awakens. Ryan Johnson told him to leave him till the end and please, like, do this so it would fit his story, right?
Okay.
So, like,
so are you mad that you didn't utilize Luke better?
No, I'm just saying that they gave this movie to a guy who's actively trying to piss off half of the Star Wars like audience, and he did. Like,
okay, well, whatever.
Yeah. Honestly, the biggest thing for me is not just that Ryan Johnson is a terrible director. It's that it doesn't make sense story wise. Like,
it's
the
not
tie-in
like
from 4 to 5,
Star
4,
Wars
6,
stuff.
7 to 8 makes sense. You can kind of see that because, especially if you ever played like any spin-off games between episodes 4 and 5, New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, it makes sense. but also at the same time, it's just like, okay, kind of been there, done that, but okay, whatever. And then you go from the end of this episode, episode 8, into the last one, and you're like, how did we get from here to here? How does any of this make sense?
The biggest fuck up story wise that Rian Johnson did, and it was completely to fuck over J.J. Abrams. It was that J.J. Abrams with Force Awakens kind of makes a little tidbit of like, oh, where does Rey come from? Who are her parents? What's her family? And Rian Johnson just fucking flat out comes, you're fucking no one. You're nothing. Like, and that just completely like killed off the storyline for J.J. Abrams. That's why Rise of Skywalker feels like a rushed movie, because he had to fix all of the mistakes like made in the previous one in one movie. I think if the Rise of Skywalker would have been split into 2 parts, he would have had more time to kind of try and fix it. But J.J. Abrams is also an awful explaining like
whatever,
like his own like lore. So
we've talked about Star Wars.
It probably would have sucked anyways, but he would have had a better chance to.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely a little bit all over the place when it comes to explaining, but also you have to remember that at the time, some tweets that J.J. Abrams had shared came out, and that's ultimately why he didn't direct Episode 8. Was largely because of that.
Why not?
Well, now I'm more on his side. I'm kidding.
Whatever. I don't. We all remember that J.J. Abrams made and created Lost, right? The most, probably the show that degraded most.
Yeah, but what was the worst part of Lost?
The last 3 seasons.
Right. I'm saying, like, if he would have had 2 parts, it would have gotten a little better, but it probably still would have ended.
Dude had 6 parts and ruined that. Lost was not fine. The last half of that show was a clusterfuck of information that nobody fucking understood, and the ending was just complete garbage. Okay?
Because they didn't even know. They didn't even have the ending.
They didn't know what they're fucking doing. Yeah. I'm not stupid. It's stupid. It's dumb, man.
You're just stupid.
We're going back in time. The island is a magic thing. Oh, we got off the island. Wait, we're back on the island. Wait, up, down, left. Nobody's over there. That guy's dead, but he's alive here. Like, it was all just fucking stupid nonsense.
Anyways.
Just like what we've been talking about this entire fucking episode.
Star Wars?
Lost.
Episode 89. Lost in Star Wars. That's a perfect name. We got to talk about Lost some more, so it makes sense, though.
Yeah, let's agree to disagree on everything and move on from this subject.
It sounds like you guys mostly agree on episode 8, though.
Even though we agree to disagree with Greener, let's just go ahead and say that he's still wrong. But however, your opinion has been heard.
Yep. Your opinion has been heard and cataloged.
But thank you. Come again next year. Much appreciated.
Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to
yeah, we just started over. Someone's talking about Lost in chat. Should we expand on it?
Nope. Let's move on. All we can.
Rex, how are you typing that? You don't have any hands.
With his nipples.
Cartoon. I have powers.
Good talk, fellas. Yeah.
Kind of powers.
Destiny podcast? Question mark? I still didn't think of what the 4th game was. What did I play? Did I play anything on stream chat other than Destiny?
Holy shit. Someone fucking shit.
It sounds like you only played 3 games this week.
Maybe I just played 3 games. Maybe you're right.
Yep.
The 4th game is the one you're fucking playing with us right now. That's what's fucking going on here.
Did Rec just break all his shit or what?
That sounds like it.
I hope he would have used that keyboard on my head.
Did anybody else play any games this week?
I mentioned it in the post show, or pre-show, excuse me. But I played some Civilization 4. That was fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything else, Chad?
What about you, Rect? What do you have for us? Because everyone knows I didn't play any other games. I don't play any other games. Everyone knows that. Just move on from me. Rect, what do you got?
Jean-Luc Picard was the best captain of the Millennium Falcon.
That was pretty good. I wonder if there's a way to make that even better. Oh, say someone else that's not the captain. That would have been good too.
What is happening?
We're trying to make fun of Star Trek and Star Wars people. Oh man, what did I see the other day?
No. I'm not making fun of Star Trek and Star Wars people. I'm making fun of 3 specific people.
Yep.
Oh, us?
Bonic Spider and what? No, this is a cup I brought from Florida. Spider.
So anyway, yeah, I played a bunch of Marvel Rivals this week.
Right.
I played a little bit of Balatro. And I played a bunch of Warhammer Total War 3 because it was on sale, and I finally pulled the trigger on it.
Cool.
Which one do you?
Warhammer Total War 3. Oh, okay.
4X strategy.
Yeah. So they did a Total War game, but in the Warhammer universe? I didn't even know that.
They've done 3 of them, but they all act as DLCs for the others. Like all of them build on. If you bought Warhammer Total War, and then you bought Warhammer Total War 2, all your factions from Warhammer Total War 1 then were part of 2. And then when 3 came out the same way. But I also bought all the DLCs, and there's like 100 DLCs for it.
There is a lot. Buy the Total War Warhammer 3 collection bundle.
But you have to have the other 2 games in order to have like all the factions and stuff playable.
That's crazy. They carry that all forward. Eh?
That's how they've built on it.
That's kind of dumb if you just want to get into it now. Like,
there's literally like 3 dozen factions, all with at least 3 or 4 legendary lords, and all of the factions have their own mechanics on how you play the game with them. They have their own unique mechanics. And then almost all of the legendary lords have their own mechanics inside the faction they're part of. So there's literally hundreds of different playthroughs you can do without repeating mechanics once.
What is wild is if I click on Total War Warhammer 3, and I go to the DLC section, there's DLC for all of the games.
That's because all of the games are really just one game. You can think of Warhammer Total War 2 as an expansion, really, to Warhammer Total War. Even though you can play it on its own,
yeah,
it brings all your content from the first game into the second, and then all your content from the second game.
Only if you have the first game.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Now, all that stuff, all those factions exist if you play Immortal Empires game inside of the big world spanning campaign, but it only limits the ones you can play. It's pretty good. I like it. It's only really good if you're into 4X strategy games. If you're,
of course.
If you're not the kind of person to enjoy a 4X strategy game, you won't like it. I
used to love that stuff. I haven't played that in quite some time, but I used to enjoy it a lot.
But I've been doing that. I have a couple of campaigns going. Balatro is irritating me. I'm missing a win. I'm missing a win with a single deck. It's the basic red deck. I haven't managed to get a win with it yet. It's irritating me. I gotten to the point where it's like, if I don't get something to set up my playthrough on the very first store, I just start a new run because I don't want to waste my time getting halfway through and only to have the ship fail because I didn't have a good start. So if it doesn't work, just restart and play again. But I've played the most Marvel Rivals. So just getting into comp in that game right now.
How is Marvel Rivals like coming along?
I think it's a better pure shooter than Overwatch.
Crazy.
Nice.
And that's saying something considering it's published by NetEase. Like I was expecting it to be a microtransaction nightmare, but it's not. I mean, the microtransactions are no more egregious than what exists in Overwatch, as an example. And the in-game currency you earn trades out 1-to-1 for premium currency. So, pretty not bad. But for a free-to-play game, really not bad. It has all the regular like ads and events, and hey, we're gonna vomit up a bunch of like skins with Christmas Santa hats on or whatever. But
sure,
you know,
but
none of that.
Mostly, you can ignore that nonsense.
Yeah. It's already starting to get invaded by cheaters on PC. One thing I don't like about it, but they're actually pretty quick to ban people out of the game. So,
taking a page out of Bungie's book then.
So anyway, Bebo, what have you been playing?
Destiny.
Started playing. I played it. Destiny. I don't really play it. Nothing. I do have one question though.
Okay.
Dunk, have you still not found like a better resolution picture?
Okay. You assume I've been looking.
That'd be something to consider.
Wow, I see how it is.
Okay. So now, did you guys know Destiny had its lowest player count?
You want to start talking about Destiny now? All right. Wait, Rec left. We have to wait for him to come back.
Well, hey.
And then we can talk about it. Sorry. You want to talk about Star Wars some more?
Oh, God, no. Let's not get back into that. We just got out of it.
Oh, all right, fine. What else happened on the internet this week?
Isn't Bungie getting sued by?
Oh yeah, that guy's so full of shit. There's no fucking way. There's no way. No, the way that the previous and current employees still talk about that dude, there's no way that they're all just like in on this big fucking thing, especially the people that aren't employed by Bungie anymore, all laughing at the fact that he's created a lawsuit against them when he absolutely deserved to be shit-canned.
He definitely has something, right?
I doubt
he wouldn't like. Well, what they're saying is that he's doing this because he had shares in Bungie, right, when they sold to Sony. That would have been worth $45 million. Which is why it's that. So they wouldn't owe him that if he were fired for misconduct. So he's kind of saying that they kind of came up with this whole thing to not owe him the $45 million.
My take on
and
it,
like,
okay, no, go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, it's not that I'm saying he's innocent, right? But maybe there's a bit of stuff to look into, because otherwise, why would he be like coming at them so hard, right? Because stuff is gonna have to come to light. So I don't know.
I think it's probably more along the lines of by doing a lawsuit, he's claiming his innocence. He may regain some I can't even
notoriety
in the gaming community to potentially get hired again in the future. I think also
are we talking about that Chris Barrett lawsuit?
Yeah. I think also the fact that he's saying, oh, what a coincidence. If I got fired for this, I wouldn't get these shares. Well, it's probably more along the lines of, if I ever get fired for this, I'm going to say, ooh, this looks suspicious, and I'm going to sue them for it.
Didn't they do the same thing to the music director?
No, they just let him go.
Yeah, they specifically just let him go because of layoffs.
Yeah, there was no...
wasn't a targeted firing.
But I think he also ended up in like something with him because if he would have stayed like one more year or something, that's when he would have like had his shares.
There was a bunch of that stuff that was happening.
I don't care.
Yeah,
the dude's a creep. He admits he's a creep online. His wife, Sarah Daniels, who's a streamer, she's also a creep. She admits that she's a creep and that they're both creeps, and has said on multiple occasions, you can go find the Twitch clips of her saying, "We're not good people. We are assholes."
Do they have like a Discord or anything?
They both cheated on their spouses at the time when they got together. All right. They are fully upfront about both of them considering themselves to be terrible people, but they don't give a shit. All right. So, you know what? I'm glad Bungie got rid of them. Probably for the best. There's clearly other shitbags at Bungie that also need to go, and hopefully Bungie addresses those as well as part of this lawsuit. Get all those fucking losers out of there that are inappropriate at work. You know, get back to making a game and getting the player count above 12,000 people on Steam.
12,000 people? That's really low? What's the lowest on Steam ever in Destiny? Do you know, Rect?
12,000. Yes, we have hit that low lately. Destiny is actually dying, according to the internet.
There's currently... Well, that's not true. Because even last Tuesday, there was only 4,750 people on at one point.
All right. Well, that's the number going around the news. I don't really pay much stock.
I'm just trolling.
Looking at it myself. So
it was probably during downtime. I'm just fucking with you. Okay, so what they're discussing right now is on a Friday, December 20th, which is today, at 8 o'clock UTC. The player count dropped to 12,610, or no, 12,226 players on Steam, which is the lowest concurrent count without any sort of problems with the servers at any time. But the 21-hour peak right now is 21,000, which is still pretty low, and current players right now is 19,831. That's on Steam,
that's
obviously.
Trials.
Okay, that's still the game. That doesn't count any console players. We don't get numbers from there, but Steam is typically a pretty good indication of what the community looks like. So when somebody goes, "Oh, there's only 19,000 players playing," it's probably more like 50 or 60,000. But yeah, it's still a pretty good indication of where the community is at when the Steam player count drops below a certain amount of players.
Thoughts?
Well, thoughts. Right around this time every year, I'm pretty sure there is a drop typically in the community, but it's in our people playing the game. Our people are doing holiday stuff. They're out of town. They're vacationing. They're hanging out with family. Yada 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 yada. But regardless, it's never dropped this low. I was talking about I think it was even before the pre-show, before we actually went live, that in our own community we can track very similar metrics. And since we've been tracking activity within the game over how many ever years, our play count or our play time right now is low. It's the lowest it's ever been by it's about
numbers.
numbers. I'd say it's pretty significant. Like I'd say it's about 25% lower than our lowest point ever, which was during season of the Wish. 7-month season.
Oh, that's perfect. Do you have the numbers like for last December compared to this December? Is there like a
well, Season of the Wish was last December, but I'd say it's probably around the same. The numbers I'm talking about off the top of my head were January, which was a little bit later into Season of the Wish. But I'd say last December, the numbers were probably about 30% higher than they are right now in Shrouded. Activity-wise.
And they dropped Warlords at the beginning of December.
Okay, so that number is probably skewed then because of Warlords. So January was probably
January number.
January was was around 20% higher than we are right now.
That's probably more.
That's probably more accurate representation. So
because the only new content that would have been coming was Guardian games in March or something.
That's in March, yeah.
And
then like activity skyrocketed in April for Into the Light. So
yeah,
but it activity held for like December through March, pretty much the same level the entire time. People were still playing the game a lot more, even though there was no content. They were excited for the final shape and getting ready for it. Whereas I think that there's a lot less people that are excited for Apollo. A lot less people that are excited for Apollo than they were for the final shape. A lot of people are done with the game after the 10-year storyline. And the fact that these episodes are a little
not great,
but it's not helping. And the fact that they drop all the content at the beginning of them is not helping their player numbers towards the end. So everything that I always said would happen if they drop all the content at the beginning is happening. So surprise, surprise.
So that doesn't help, but I don't think that was the main issue though. I think splitting up into 6-week acts and then having the back, like the 3 weeks in the back end of each act, not really drop anything new, like just having 3 weeks of story content and then 3 weeks of nothing. Once people stop playing after that first act, you're not going to get them back. Like, so the second you cut off engagement with them, like there's a certain amount of players that you're just not going to get back because you had to make a banger of a story and the story really sucked.
It doesn't have anything to do with the story content. I don't.
I think there's something to do with it. It may not be the biggest reason.
You just came off like the cap of a 10-year experience, right? And then you had to show your players, right? Like we can still give you a banger of a story and keep you engaged, right? But then Echoes didn't really land well, and it's like, yeah, like the season that drops with expansions really isn't always that good, but this one kind of had to be, and it wasn't.
It's not over yet,
and
we still get our Dragon Castle or Dracula Castle next season or next act.
See, here's the problem though. It's not.
I kind of interrupted him.
It's not the story. I know I'm interrupting, but it's not story that is the problem. It's that all of the content, with the exception of exotic missions and dungeons, is effectively the same content on a treadmill every single time. That's it. That's the problem. They have not innovated anything for a long time. I know they keep trying to do this fucking roguelike kind of experience where things change as you go through, but they've been doing that for several episodes, several seasons now, and it's really just a fucking horde mode with a couple of modifiers put on, right? And even when they've had the good ideas, like Season of the Deep, you could pick your own modifiers, so you had some agency in what was going on. They don't even continue with that shit. Like when they put in stuff that's good, they don't even keep it around for the next iteration. They're just constantly always, and can't see my fingers because I have no fucking hands because I'm a cartoon with only bust up, all right? But they keep doing this experimentation with how they're going to tell stories. But whoever their scientists are fucking suck.
It's the writers, Rick, that suck.
It's not the writers. The story content could be whatever. Like, who cares what the story actually is? If the game is fun, people will play it. The game is the game is not fun, and it hasn't been for a while because of the content that's so similar all the time. It's the same fucking hamster wheel. And this season, it's worse because they were like, we got to get those. Sony's like, we got to get those numbers up. So take away crafting and give them some fucking broken ass tonics that don't work. Sorry, I apologize for the cat in the background if you can hear him. But
that's a cat.
That's a cat who's trying to cough up a hairball.
Sounds like a homeless man getting fucked in the ass.
I mean, you have a frame of reference for that, Greener?
Yeah.
What's your internet search history look like, homie?
It's got nothing to do with the internet.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's some Newfie business right there. Anyway, we're on a hamster wheel. Only this time around, the fucking hamster wheel is broken, right? And it's barely moving. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I think, Rick, who the people who are feeling it the most are people like you, Dunk, right? Like Greener, that have been playing since day one and have seen all the content and have run through it like 1,000 times, right? Like, with the final shape, the witness, like, story's like done for you guys. You guys like went through all of it. You know what I think would help out those players, which probably know where I'm going with this.
Destiny 3.
Oh, open up the master version of everything.
Oh my god! Not again.
Nobody cares.
Why?
Nobody, Bebo. Nobody engages with that stuff. Only the smallest percentage of players engages with master level content. The vast majority of players haven't even attempted a GM.
So then, what would you do? Like, what's your...
What would I do? Let's see.
When we were on the cycle of a regularly yearly expansion, even if they were small expansions like Curse of Osiris or Rise of Iron or that kind of stuff, with the occasional big expansion like Forsaken, I think the game was fine. It would have its highs and lows because content would wear out, but usually those were beefy enough to keep content going for a little while longer than a typical season. But more importantly, the content was always different. That is the key thing. Every time there was a drop, there was actual new content. There were actual new strikes, more than one. There was new Crucible content. Gambit got brought in, or Gambit got updated. If there were content drop specific modes, they were unique from those that came out in other content drops. My biggest problem with Destiny right now is since the seasonal model started, the game has been the same. And it started all the way back in the Sundial. Sundial was cool when it first dropped because it was interesting and new. But then every other episode after that had another Sundial, had another Sundial, had another Sundial. And all of them are... and then it changed into just a straight up Horde mode. And now it's just a Horde mode and a Horde mode and a Horde mode and a Horde mode, right? With a modifier that changes. As much as Bungie likes to claim that they're trying to shake up their formula, they're not shaking anything up. Unless every time they shake it up, all the pieces keep falling back together in the exact same order. They're not shaking shit up. They got the world's worst snow globe that always looks the same, dude.
Yeah, all the snow lands in the exact same spot after you shake it.
So,
yeah, I get that because if you absolutely, I definitely agree with it in a lot of aspects. By the way, Season of the Undying was the first season, not Sundial. I just had to point that out.
Now that isn't to say, Evo, that I don't think they should unlock. They should get rid of the fucking rotators and just unlock all that shit to be available whenever you want, or have masters for everything. Yeah. They should, because that will satisfy that portion of the community, and it doesn't cost them anything.
I would keep the rotation of like farmable raid and dungeon, but just open up the master version, even if it's just lootable once, like the normal version.
That's fine.
Like that's not a like. I don't understand why that's hasn't been done yet.
That's not going to increase player retention, though. Not in a meaningful way.
Not a meaningful way. Yeah, but it'll be for the players that are probably the most loyal to the game, that are always playing it, right? That are always grinding that hard content, like players like that's who I think you would focus on for that, you know? Like, at least start somewhere, right? Focus on a player group and be like, what can we give them that's easy? That would be probably the easiest thing they could possibly do.
What kind of... Listen, Bebo, with all due respect, that is completely off base. Games make money and live based off their casual player base, and that's it. The casuals make the game, period.
Yeah, but they already lost the casuals. Like,
they have to get them back. Otherwise, the game is never going to go anywhere again. If they don't have casuals, if they only have hardcore players, the game dies. That's it. There's no saving the game with just hardcore players.
I am 100% with you. I'm like, I know, I get that. But I don't see how they're getting back casual players.
They're not.
Like, people didn't come back for Revenant after Echoes. They're not going to come back for Heresy after this. They're going to try, like, Apollo is their best chance at getting more casual players, right? It'll be the shakeup for that. So what do you do, right, for these 6 months?
Why would anybody, like, the casual, come back for Revenant when there's no craftable gear? And
I'm saying that they're not coming back, and they're not coming back for Heresy either. So Bungie's thought process should be, for casual players, we're gonna aim for Apollo, because there's no way we're gonna get anyone back. If from Echoes they didn't come back for Revenant, they're not gonna come back for Heresy. So, like, because casual players will only come back when the game shakes up in a big way. And Apollo's looking to be like that. But, like, I'm saying, there's still this 6-month period where you will still have your, like, more hardcore players, right? So what do you do to keep them, right?
As a hardcore player myself, I don't think they should focus on me at all. I'm still going to be around when there's new content regardless. As much as I bitch and whine, I'm still going to be around when there's new content. Doesn't matter how shitty it is. I'm a hardcore player. That's part of the definition of being a hardcore player. Just is, in my experience. They have to focus on getting more casuals into the game. Otherwise, game dies. And they don't wait for Apollo to happen. They don't wait until deep into next year to do that, or the year after. They should be trying to start it now. They should be all in on casuals. 99% of their resources should be trying to recapture casuals, in my opinion.
We just need more strikes.
Let's fucking ask Paul Tassi what the fuck he does. See, like what content we fucking need to get him then.
There's definitely...
Ask him, like, what would make you play this game 24/7?
What would make you excited to play this game as a casual
and
player?
That'll be the answer to this fucking question, I promise you.
Paul Tassi has the answer to everything. You're right.
God damn it.
Anyway,
more patrol bounties. I don't fucking know.
I do agree with you in a little bit of an aspect where I do think they should focus a little bit on hardcore players. Because but
obviously
there's a specific reason for that. Is because hardcore players are content creators, and content creators encourage casuals to play the game. Because of all the videos and all the streams and all the stuff, all the people that watch. So they need those people to still exist. And if you've been on Twitter
and be
lately,
happy with the game.
Yeah, they need to be happy with the game. Exactly. That's that isn't important. But you'll notice there's a lot of people. There's a lot of Destiny content creators right now that are moving on. Maybe they'll come back to Destiny, but like they're making PoE content now. They're making other content. I'm pretty sure it might have been Cactus. I can't remember. I read a tweet from him today that says, "I'm not playing Destiny 2 right now. It's boring." It might have been another one, but I was just I remember he didn't say it's boring, but anyway, the point is he said, "I'm not playing Destiny 2. I'll always be there, but right now I'm not playing Destiny 2 at all." Like that's bad. That's really bad. As much as we make fun of him for his fucking intros and shit, he probably brings a large chunk of the casual gamers to the game. Whether it be through his videos or his live streams. Now, Rect is very right as well. There needs to be a lot of content that caters to these casual players so they can get to the point where these other videos are actually useful for them. I think it's a balancing act.
You know what I would do right off the bat? I would make every fucking weapon in the game craftable. I would make every single weapon in the game craftable, but I would take away the ability to make them enhanceable. Only RNG drops can be enhanced. So your hardcore grinders can go get their Uber weapons. Your casuals have a shit ton of guns to go try to grind out. There's a reason for them to engage with all the content.
That would get rid of the.
That's actually a really good idea.
And get rid of the buying level ups for your guns. Make people grind out their. Make people grind out their leveling again.
It's not that big of a deal if you don't have to get the enhanced perks, right? So,
it's still
good. For casuals, they won't care for the enhanced perks, and then
I mean, people will be mad about not being able to get enhanced perks, but they'll still grind out their 5 red borders apiece. Bet.
Fuck it, let's make it 10 red borders.
They're just gonna complain that so because we're casual, we're not gonna have better weapons. I'm not gonna have time to farm the better version of this gun.
Yes. No, what it means is that while you are grinding out your red borders, you have a chance to get a weapon that's going to be the role you want.
That's even better.
Will be able to be enhanced. So you're actually doing both at the same time.
I think it's a great idea, but I'm telling you what the casual players are going to be saying.
I mean, listen, the Destiny community is nothing if not proficient at bitching and moaning about everything, right? Bungie could be like, we're going to give you all the content for free, and we're going to give you all of the patterns for free. You don't even have to play the game. They're just going to show up. All you got to do is craft them. You know what? We're not going to charge you any resources to make those guns. You can just do it. Go nuts. And people are still going to be... Well, now, what am I going to do? Why should I even play the fucking game? You know? Because it's fucking Destiny players.
On a side note, you guys use tonics for... Sorry, no, finish your point.
No, I finished it.
Do I use tonics? Yes.
For the liturgy?
Oh.
Like for the GL?
Shotgun?
They're fixed now.
Or the grenade launcher? Yeah.
Yeah, the stasis GL. Like, I've gotten a shit ton of drops. Like, 3 of them have had Envious Arsenal on it.
Okay. Is it? Okay.
I don't know, I just wanted to say that. Is that... I don't know, someone getting, like, all in... Like, is someone getting my Envious Arsenal drops? Like, what's happening?
Yes, they specifically targeted you and said, fuck that guy.
Which, understandable.
I
got one with hard launch, disorienting, envious, and chocolate. That's exactly what
No, I don't have any of this.
Yeah, but I want Spike.
I've got chill clip, rim stealer, Spike.
What was slideways you want with disorienting?
I had disorienting, but I deleted it today by accident.
All right. Gentlemen, I would love to stay and continue to argue with you, but I told everybody that I had a hard out and we're past my hard out. So
get out of here.
So I've given you my opinions. You can go back to talking about Star Wars.
No.
I gave you the way to fix Destiny, and now I'm leaving. Goodbye, chat. Love you. Mwah.
Much appreciated.
Make sure you mention Donnie Bingo and Cookie Vanguard. Okay, bye.
Yes. All right, goodbye. All right, he's gone. The show's over. None of us are interesting.
No.
I'm just kidding. Okay. What we already talked about the low player count.
Yep.
They dropped a patch this week.
Yeah.
They fixed the tonics. Let's go. And they extended the timer on them. That was good.
By 24 minutes. Let's go.
Yeah, that's better than 0 minutes. Don't be that guy.
I will be this guy.
And why? I put a blue tonic on today and it lasted for 70 minutes. That's amazing. Like, wow. What's the problem with that?
The very mechanic that Bungie created for the whole season actually worked how it was intended to? No. There's no way.
Well, it was never intended to work for 70 minutes. That's all I'm talking about is the timer right now. The timer's enough. They extended it, and it's nice.
Is that really what it takes to please you? Stuff to work the way it's supposed to?
I actually don't care if stuff doesn't work the way it's supposed to. That stuff barely ever bothers me. Like when I found out like the tonics weren't working, I was like, whatever. I don't use them anyway.
How much time had you spent in the game by that time?
In the game.
How many tonics had you used up until like?
Oh, I don't know.
When that news came out.
15.
Because I know you've been playing this week. You've been
I play it other times when I don't stream, just so you're aware. I just don't typically do seasonal content. It's boring as fuck. Seasonal content sucks. Sorry. It has since Season of the Undying. Like, that's right, Bungie. The very first fucking season in Shadowkeep. Your seasonal content.
Like really zoomed in.
What?
Well, that's just on my screen.
The only thing I like about the seasonal content is my little thing that goes up and I get to click my rewards. I like that.
Do you do the triumphs at all for the season?
I usually do. I haven't done...
Have you seen the Onslaught triumphs?
I mean, I see them, but I don't remember what they are. It's like do waves of Onslaught.
Not waves. Not a wave. We're not talking about a wave. We're talking about a full run.
Okay.
40 full runs of Onslaught.
40 full runs of Onslaught? 50 wave Onslaught?
50 wave Onslaught.
Okay, well, I just won't do that. It's not a big deal.
Well, there's kill 250 of the Revenant guys.
If there's one that's too hard to get, like that one, I don't care about the rest of them.
That one's for the title, though.
Yeah, well, I just won't get it. That's too much. Nobody plays the game that much. No sane person plays the game that much.
I already have the 250 one.
What was the 250?
But like 250 Revenant Barons, like the ones that you die and the thing floats away and you have to chase and then shoot it.
Yeah. That's fine. That comes with playing the game, right? Because they're in I guess they're in Onslaught a bunch. I don't know, man. I don't know. I never looked at it. Act 1 is the first seasonal medal. I don't think or seasonal triumph that I've not Act 1, episode 1. I was looking at it today. I was wondering if I'll do that before the end of the year. But
isn't it already in the legacy?
Episode 1? No. It doesn't go until they don't do that until the next expansion ever. You never have to do it during the season. You just have to do it during the year.
What, the title? Are you talking about the title?
Yeah, the title.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you were talking about the triumph stuff or something.
Oh, no. I don't care about triumphs that aren't tied to titles. Only sometimes when they have a really nice emblem or a ghost or something, I'll care about them. But typically, I do not. Like if there's a triumph that's really hard to get that only gives me triumph score and nothing else. Imagine wasting my time like a fucking idiot.
All right, we don't have to get personal in here. That's
fine. I just can't imagine. Sometimes I'll do things that I like, that I find fun in the game that might have a triumph associated with them, and it has nothing to do with the seal. Sure, but it doesn't have anything to do with the triumph either. It's just like I want to do that because I want to do it, and that's pretty rare. Pit of Heresy was a very good example for that. I didn't need to solo flawless that for any reason. I just wanted to do it back in the day. I know it came with something, but I didn't care. Like I was like, that emblem's not special. Or that ghost. I don't even remember what it came with. That's how important it was, right? But I did it anyway because I found it enjoyable to learn that.
Okay.
Also, that ball encounter is dog shit. At least back then. I've done it recently. Encounter? Yeah, the one where you gotta drop the orb in the thing and you keep getting attacked by ads.
It's bullshit. Right after one where you have to look for witches and jump around the whole place. That's the one that's fucking bullshit.
The jumping puzzle. Please. Yeah, that one's
third
annoying.
Encounter is easy.
I find that easy though. Yeah, I found the orb one pretty difficult.
2 was easy back in the day just because of the bug that you had.
I refused. I'm weird like that. I refused to do the ball dupe to do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Didn't they fix that though? I'm pretty
sure
they
did fix that. You can no longer do that.
Probably, but I did it during the ball dupe era. And I didn't want to do it. I was like, I can do this legit. They designed it so it can be done legit. I'm going to do it legit. And then I reset my run there like, I don't know, 20 times.
Yep. Honestly, I've done it legitimately
my hardest solo
several
flawless.
times.
Sorry, what about your solo flawless?
Pit of Heresy was my hardest one to finish. That was the one I left for last.
That was so easy.
That one was really easy. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. Yeah. I find it amusing how like a gameplay experience from one person to another can vary so differently.
So I had tried Pit of Heresy is an easy ass fucking dungeon, right?
Yeah.
I tried it, I think like second or third when I was going through all of them before Final Shape.
Yeah.
And I could not get past the fucking witches, man. I just couldn't do it. So I moved on to all the other ones until it was Ghost of the Deep, Pit of Heresy. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, fuck it, I'm doing Ghost, bro. Did Ghost, left Pit of Heresy for last. I was stuck on that bitch for like a week.
That's brutal.
Fuck Pit of Heresy.
Oh.
I mean, I've only done 3 dungeons, I think, solo flawless, and it's Pit, Prophecy, and the Tower one. Whatever that's called. I forget now. The cowboy hat one? Yeah, Spire. Did I do any of the other ones?
Didn't you solo Ghost during Funny Guns?
Yeah, but I did solo flawless it. Which is what I'm talking about.
What about Warlords? You ever gonna do that? That's such a fun dungeon to solo.
I find the ogre really annoying to do. And the only other time I got to the final boss, I was on a time crunch, so I wasn't able to. I think I attempted that a few times and then had to quit.
You're also on Hunter, right?
I was on Titan that time. That was back when you could get beat up forever as long as you're standing in a sunspot. You'd never die.
That's still accurate.
Yeah, that pisses me off. Yep. Titans are so strong.
It's not as good, but yeah, it still works.
Yeah, but now you have the fucking consecration, which kills everything in one shot. Even
I used the Lorelei build for Vesper's final boss for the solo flawless run.
Oh yeah, but I have to do solo flawless on Arcana, remember?
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. You have to give me 5,000 subs when I do it.
Yep. You should get to work.
I guarantee I'll probably do it in under 20 attempts.
Yep.
I'm a lot better than you think I am.
For sure. It's not about you. Okay, I said this before. It's not about your specific skill level. It is about the dungeon itself. Like, I've never died more times to something that I couldn't control in the dungeon, than in that dungeon. It has nothing to do with your skill.
Okay. Something you couldn't control.
Touching.
What's that?
Yep. That regardless of what I would have done, whether it wasn't a mistake of me making
And you solo flawless duality?
I've solo flawless every dungeon.
And you
even Vespers.
I refuse to solo flawless duality because of all the glitch dying. So I've died so many times to just transferring from one world to another, just randomly, for no reason. And I'm just like,
last time I did duality, it was pretty buggy. It was the most buggy I've.
It's still they have no need to fix it because it's not part of the rotation.
No one
anymore.
plays it. It is, but no one plays.
Well, duality. I mean that rotation, but I mean it's not even in the year it was released. They don't give a fuck. That's duality's gonna stay that way forever. And it's really frustrating. I've sold it, but I've never solo flawless it. So I'm just like, nah, fuck that. It died so many times to just being, I don't know, too close to the bell, or I don't fucking know. It crushes me or some dumb shit.
Lament heals you as you do.
Oh, you mean Kydal?
Kydal, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember what I was using when I soloed her. It might have been Lament.
But yeah, no, last couple of times I used to love that dungeon, and then last couple of times it was just not working as intended.
I gotta do Vespers a few more times.
Do you have Icebreaker yet? Oh, you did contest clear. Right?
I did contest. It's the only clear I've ever done.
Do you have the catalyst stuff for it?
No, I never did it. I know there was this thing where people were doing the checkpoint to get the catalyst, but I was like, I want to actually see the puzzle and do the stuff. So I never did the checkpoint.
You know who I would recommend to walk you through that? Noir. Yeah. He's pretty much the one that got everyone in 7th.
Should I just try to figure it out on my own?
I mean, there's gonna be guides that'll.
Well, God, that's. But you know, it's. On your own. You think it's too smart for me? Is that what you're saying?
No, and you could tell Noir oh, what do you have to do, and he'd probably tell you, oh, do. There's numbers that you have to add up and stuff. Shoot this until it's that. He'd tell you what to do, and he'd let you do it. I'm sure.
All right, Bebo, I have a question for you. If you were featured on a charity stream for Game to Give, could you behave verbally?
Yeah, I could mute my mic for a bit.
Oh my god.
No, I would obviously behave if it's for charity and stuff.
It's not just for charity. It's literally.
Yeah, no.
We would be featured on the Bungie Foundation Twitch page for 2 hours.
I understand what you're saying and how serious it is.
Okay, all right.
You know, when it comes to taking things seriously, I actually do, hunker down and.
No, I don't.
All right, that was a lie.
Is that real? Is this real, chat?
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
I need to find some people for doing a 0 to Hero on the 23rd of January. Obviously not just in the 2 hours, but we're going to start before our featured slot. And so while we're featured, we're in the middle of a 0 to Hero. And then we can finish it after if we want to, or we can just stop. But I think you like doing that type of shit. I don't know. I already asked Reaper. He's on the team. But sorry, I responded to chat. But They said ask Grim Reaper.
What is your? Yeah, no, I was there when you asked Grim. I think.
I asked Grim in a DM, so it seems unlikely. But I may have mentioned this to you before, but I don't know if I invited you or not.
No, you didn't. You said I wouldn't behave.
Yeah, okay,
and
that
I was
sounds
like,
familiar.
Well, fair point. So who are you thinking of?
Right now, it's just you're the second person I've asked. I asked Dunk, actually, I think. He said he'd be working because it's busy at Costco that time of year.
Yep, unfortunately, time off is not a thing.
That's a Thursday evening, Eastern time. You need to be available at 6 o'clock Eastern. Debo.
Okay, 23rd of January. So.
January, yeah. Thursday, 23rd of January.
I'll mark it in my calendar when I get one.
Okay, I'm going to create a channel on the main server at some point to bring everybody in. So I'm probably going to ask a couple more people, the standard, probably static. Someone else. Thunder might be interested. Not sure.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say.
Maybe somebody else that would like to. I don't know anybody else that likes to do that type of content. Maybe you can recommend some people. As long as they're not degenerates.
I would probably ask Grim more.
I would ask Grim.
I
just said that.
Oh, yeah, but ask him who he would bring along.
Yeah, I feel like I always ask him those questions. So I tried to not ask him that question this time.
So you're gonna make me ask him essentially?
No, just don't ask him. I'll figure out who I want.
Honestly, that's what I was gonna ask you. Do you want it to be? I think you kind of have to decide whether you want it to be a good have really good players actually running it, or have it be more casual and fun stuff.
I want to have good players so we can fuck around and still make our way through it.
Okay.
So good enough players to do that, but also there'll be donation things to fuck with us.
Okay.
So that'll be problematic too. I haven't made the decisions on what to do. Maybe I bring everyone together and we make choices, but things like muted comms for 30 seconds for a certain donation, and then everybody has to mute their headset or their microphone. Then people will donate right in the middle of something that requires communication, like Verity or some shit.
Oh, that sounds fun, actually.
Yeah. And then things like if we're doing 0 to hero, I was thinking of other things like, delete your best power weapon, because you get one and you're like, yeah, I actually got a good one. And then somebody donates for you to delete it.
Yeah, you get a bait and switch reconstruction on the first,
yeah, the first,
delete that.
Yeah, let's go. And then somebody's like, here's $50. Your whole team has to delete all their power weapons or some shit. Stuff like that.
In my experience, right, with running with those guys, with Grim, Static, and Thunder, it sounds really intense, but it's how you say it becomes, the content is so easy that you can have fun still, it becomes fun.
Yeah.
So
I think that's what we're going for. I'm not overly concerned about the fact that we have such a short window. They're not going to see much of the full runs.
Yeah,
anyway,
the full yeah.
So,
and also might as well give good gameplay content. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Everybody, we're in a Discord right now. Everybody that's been invited to the slots, and everybody's trying to get trial slots because everybody wants to do trials during their windows, and I'm just like, nah. I want to have fun.
Yeah, streaming a 0 to hero would be definitely a standout, especially with a good group of people that know the content and are blowing through it.
Yeah, should be good. Anyway, do we want to wrap up? Is there anything else like Destiny to talk about? Not really, eh? Should we take next week off?
We certainly can.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see if anything dramatic happens. As of right now, listeners and video viewers, there might not be a podcast next week, but if you see one pop up in your notifications, you're more than welcome to check it out. But in the meantime, if you're in the SGC and you want something to do in Destiny, we currently still have Dawning Bingo going on. Dawning Bingo is similar to Baron Bingo, but for everybody instead of a select few members of the elite Destiny community. Sorry. I get real salty when Bungie doesn't invite me to do things. I was like, what the fuck, Bungie? Man, I love... anyway, so Dawning Bingo, we have a thing where you can win prizes and silver and merch and loyalty points and yada yada. You should go check it out. It's really cool. We're having some fun. And then we're having a Cookie Vanguard bake-off, which is basically just cook Dawning treats and give us pictures or videos or whatever you want in the Discord. And you can win cool shit. So you guys should check it out if you're watching, you're in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, make sure to check out the Shrouded Gaming Community's Discord at shroudedgaming.com/Discord. We're a huge Destiny community that loves to play Destiny, and we try to get people to play Destiny, and we have Destiny, and we give away free stuff like silver for Destiny if you play with us, because we're awesome, and you're awesome, and we're all awesome. So join us. Yes, shroudedgaming.com/Discord. All right. Most people aren't like Bebo, so don't worry about that. They're pretty nice and awesome. All right.
Well.
All right, shut up. Anyway, we need to move along. I don't think... Is there anything else I have to talk about? I don't think so. Player of the month or player of the week stream is going to be on Monday, probably, instead of Tuesday, since Tuesday's Christmas Eve. And if you guys are watching me on Twitch on Christmas Eve, you got some priorities to figure out in your life. So we're going to do it on the 23rd. And hopefully that won't be too close to Christmas for everybody. That's all I got. Anybody got anything they want to talk about? Plug, yada, yada?
Plan night tonight. If you want to pass by and just chill or do stuff, more than welcome to join BC and with us. And
for anybody who doesn't know who this motherfucker is, it's the admin of Shrouded 7. Okay, so Shrouded 7 is having a clan night. You should be able to see their voice chat. But if you can't, just message Bebo in the Discord. He'll give you access. Yeah, the Sus Alpha Rizzler Ohio Rainbows.
I'm gonna add that on now. That's a good. Yeah.
Yeah. Dunk, anything?
Nope. Just we love seeing new Sherpas always and forever.
New Sherpas.
There's not much going on right now with the lack of content, but you can always use new Sherpas.
Yeah, I saw some posts actually bumping in there. I was recently, and I'm like, okay.
How does one apply to become a Sherpa, Dong?
Just go to our website.
Go to shroudedgaming.com. I don't know the actual link, but
I know.
.com staff applications.
Yeah, you go to shroudedgaming.com, and then there is in the title bar there's a thing that says Destiny 2 important information, and staff applications are on that page.
Yep. I want to say staff applications also staff information is, but whatever.
Oh, that's staff. Yeah, I don't think that's updated. Don't click that.
I think it doesn't actually do anything. Yeah,
it reloads the main page. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it does.
There used to be a lot of stuff in there back when I cared more.
Destiny 2 important links.
Yeah, that's the one.
Life for Clan Sherpa.
Yeah, that's it right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. See, he followed it. Have a great winter break, y'all. Do lots of drugs. Damn. Sorry, I read that out of chat. Just FYI, I wasn't telling our viewers to go do lots of drugs. I shouldn't have read that. Oh man, you guys will still see me over the break. We'll definitely be doing a catastrophe stream is coming up. next Saturday, not this one, but the one after that. We're doing Player of the Week on Monday. We're going to do another Player of the Week on Jesus. We might have to do it on Monday next week too, because Tuesday is
the last 2 weeks
New Year's Eve
together.
Why not do the 2 last weeks together? Because I don't want to. You think people won't be playing the game?
That's kind of where I was headed, yeah.
Yeah, it might be. I know I saw Gatto was taking a couple weeks off, but I'm not taking any time off for the Player of the Week. It's going on. I don't take time off except for when I go on vacation like I did last October, and I took 2 weeks off and wrecked the podcast. Or not the podcast, but the stream.
What's the Player of the Year? Wrecked a stream?
Wrecked has done multiple Player of the Week streams.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah. He hasn't done, I don't think he's done any since I went on vacation last year, and you won't be able to watch them because Twitch only holds them for 45 days.
Damn it. That's exactly what I was going to go in and do now. Where's the Player of the Year? When?
I haven't scheduled it, and it's actually problematic, a little bit problematic, because last year we started planning them at the beginning of December. I remember the meeting was December 3rd that we had the meeting. We haven't even had a meeting yet, so I don't know when the Player of the Year awards are going to be.
Interesting.
So I've got no information or no details on that yet. So
even if it happens to be a little later, I still think it's worth doing, though.
Yeah, I never said we weren't going to do it. It just might get pushed into February. That's all.
Oh, that's fine.
How dare you? Disappointed. JK.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Player of the Year is the best stream of the year. That's aggressive. I think my catastrophe streams are way better.
Well, the ones with milk are.
Nobody buys the milk anymore.
Buy milk?
All right, we got to go. Thanks for watching episode 89. This was a clusterfuck of a podcast, and I had a great time. You look good in this suit. Thanks, Devil. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted. One more outro. Thanks for watching episode 89 of This Week as Shrouded. I know we talked about Destiny way less than we normally do, but to be honest, there's not a lot going on. And there may or may not be a podcast next week, so stay tuned. That's about it. I was your host, A. Greener. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Sus, Bebo, and Dunk for being our co-hosts or guests. I'm not sure anymore. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Say goodbye. Goodbye. We're out.
Bye.
Later.